And we are live.
Yes, we are. We're live on paraglidingtalk.com. Your host, Robert Michaels. Glad you're here for episode 300. Can you believe it? 300 episodes of absolute goodness. If you're interested in paragliding or paramotoring or any flying for that matter, you've come to the right place. And tonight's show is very special. It is very special to me. It's very special to many people, but especially to me because it is episode 300. It is, like you read, it is the final stream. Paraglidingtalk.com. Listen, we did it for 6 years. We've had a blast. I just barely figured out how to do it without a bunch of glitches and weird stuff. But yeah, now that I know how to, I've conquered it. I set a goal maybe, I don't know, 50 episodes ago or so. And I was like, you know what? I think episode 300 is going to be the final episode. I made it to my goal. I did my community service hours. I paid my dues. And this is, in fact, the last episode. I'm not just trolling you. This is not 50,000 fake dollar, $100 flying out of an airplane at the flying circus. It's legit. I'm not going to do any more shows. However, I do want to say this. The channel's not going away. Still going to every once in a while do live shows. I don't know if they're going to be an hour long or a podcast or whatever. I may just do advertising and promote people that I don't know. But I'm not going to do the organized Thursday night thing. Literally in 6 years, Gringo, how many did we miss?
Two a year
Handful.
at most, so 10. Let's say less
I
than 10.
less than 10. And I mean,
Wasn't very many.
there was Thanksgiving episodes multiple times. Anytime we had a chance, we are coming on to talk about what we love flying, and so tonight's show is going to be unique in that you're welcome to join if you're in the chat and you're like, you know what, I want to be on the last episode. You're welcome to come join us. You guys already put the link in the description, so you have to scroll back to the top to look at it. I don't want to put any more. Yeah, well, that's fine. Yeah, just put it on there. It don't matter. I want to encourage you to come hang out with us and
Yeah.
come say hi and show me your face. I was telling somebody the other day, actually today, that I always enjoy going to the Torrey Pines, and I'll have random people come up to me and throw their arm around me, want to take a selfie, and I have no idea who they are. I've never seen them. A lot of people, a lot of you guys, I haven't seen your face, and so I'd be really interested if you can come just hang out for a second and say hi and come hang out. I do want to just for the last time mention our sponsors, Harley Milne. He's with us tonight, actually. He's got a paramotor school here in Northern California. His website is dreamlifterparamotors.com. If you have any questions for him, you can actually just talk to him directly right here with us. He's got his 200 episode shirt. Nice. Um, Also want to mention PPG Smoke. PPG Smoke kind of started the whole momentum of the show because he was giving away some of the smoke machines in the very beginning, and then he evolved to give away I mean chase cams, lamels, headsets. He gave all kinds of stuff away. At one point, he was going to give away a paramotor, and it just nobody met the qualifications for that, but he was going to do that. There was all kinds of crazy stuff that we've done on the show, gifts. So tonight we're going to talk about some of those guests, but pbgsmoke.com is the website. Go check out what he's got going on. And also paramotorprops.com and Fly Products USA. They actually don't know that this is the final episode, I don't think, unless they saw the deal. But so anyways, if you can reach out to people that you know that have been a part of the show or somebody that you think it'd be important to come on tonight. And if you can do that, I'd be grateful just to say hi to people before it's too late. This episode's obviously going to air forever, along with all the other episodes, all the other 300 episodes. And so that's going to stay on the website for a while. There's a nominal fee to hold that thing going. I may not do it forever, but we'll do it for a year or so, and I'm sure that's not a big deal. But you can go back and watch previous episodes. I also plan on merging all of the episodes over to the podcast only format where you don't have any video. And so the guys can go and watch or listen to those maybe while you're driving on the long trips or whatever. So there's a handful of them on there now, but it's very, it takes forever for me to create it, load it, and put it up. So
Much.
thank you. So yeah, the show has been super inspiring to me. I want to mention also Nebraska PPG. NebraskaPPG.com is the website. Go sign up for his training. MaxAcro.com as well. If you haven't signed up for training with an SIV clinic, he's a really good one to sign up for. Also, Lone Star Paramotor. Lone Star Paramotor is in Texas. Ron Turan, he runs the school there. Go check out his website, LoneStarParamotor.com. Get signed up, or maybe you want to just pump up your skills. That's a great place to do it. And most importantly, Resurgence PPG. Is Resurgence PPG is probably the coolest sponsor that I've had over the years. Because of what they do, they sponsor wounded warriors, veterans, guys with dealing with PTSD, and got their attention is focused on other things and frustrations of life, whatever. Paramotoring is a great outlet, and so. Yeah, resurgencepbg.com is the website. Support them. They're a 501c3, so when you make a donation to them, it's awesome. And you get it's tax deductible. Lots of guys logging in. So glad you're here. Anthony Vella, what up, G? Glad you're here, man. Super stoked to see your face. Nice and shaven.
Yeah, just did that today.
Nice.
He looks
I
like
like it.
Superman. He went from Wolverine to Superman. That's awesome,
Yeah.
man.
I didn't even recognize him.
What's up,
Yeah.
buddy?
I like it,
Come on,
man.
Tony.
Yeah, so just to give you a heads up, Anthony Vella, this is crazy. Matthew Pesci, I don't know if you know Matthew, he's local San Diegan. He's in the Arctic right now, literally standing on 8 feet of ice or 9 feet of ice. And he's in a tent right now doing missions with the United States military. Freaking amazing. Anthony Vella, you probably know him, right, Matt? He's also
Yeah, got some fellow Army guys here too.
Oh, you do? No kidding.
Yeah, the Army came up, help us out.
Yeah.
That's cool. Thank you for your service.
Yeah,
All you
appreciate you guys, man.
Yeah, buddy.
Let
What's
those
up,
guys know I
guys?
appreciate
Heck.
them. Heck yeah.
That's
Super cool.
Yeah, we'll take a
Great.
tour outside. It's getting hot in this tent.
Yeah, yeah. So check this out, Anthony Vella. Literally in the Arctic. Hey, do you got any of the gremlins around there?
The gremlins? Yeah, we got.
Yeah. You got to see this. This is a trip.
0 degrees, negative wind chills. That makes it what? Negative 30, 40, 50. Crazy.
I don't know if Vela knows these heaters, but SHC heaters. There's an Army.
I do remember those. Yeah, of course.
Wow.
Yeah, they run like camps.
Holy smokes. That's crazy. The Arctic. How the
Yeah,
heck does
middle-
somebody end up out there?
Yeah.
The Navy does a submarine exercise up here every 2 years.
Oh my gosh, that's what it is. I've seen a YouTube video of that guy that goes underneath, that guy with that massive YouTube channel, but he goes down and then it breaks up through the ice.
Smarter.
Yeah,
pretty
that's us. That's us.
Wow. That's
Yeah.
nuts.
Yeah. Yeah, where's the gremlins? Oh, shit. Where are they? Oh, there's one over there.
Oh, he's got ships there. Ships. Yeah.
What are you doing, Ryan Roberts? All right. All right, I'll send it to you right now.
I just
This
sent
dude.
you a message letting you know that he was in the chat.
He wants the login information. I'm send it to him. That's so cool. Dude, look at those tents. It's hard
That's
to believe that
amazing.
it's hard to believe that that is the literal
Ocean. We're on 9 feet of ice, and there's
Crazy,
6,000
dude.
feet of water below that.
Wow.
6,000, dude.
Shoot.
So check this out. This is what's crazy. So he starts this guy right here, Funkhauser race cars. I'm literally if I just turned my computer, you could see his house. The guy who owns that. So he's Ramona, California. Their business made those the frames around those
Oh,
quads.
wow.
Yeah, it's a Honda ATV engine, and then he customized everything else.
So even the tracks, he's making those too.
I think the tracks are off the shelf, but
You can buy those. Okay. So this guy makes these drag cars, and I mean, he's got incredible, super cool stuff that he's racing around. And a lot of people, if you have a race car and you're anywhere in Southern California, you know this guy. And when I saw the sticker, I'm like, what the heck? I know that guy. It's crazy. Yeah.
Wow.
So, anyways,
Oh, cool.
small. It just shrunk my world down a little bit smaller. Yeah, I'm so stoked about that. So some of you are asking, okay, what, what are you, you're shutting down the show. Is it something that happened? Is about nothing happened. I set a goal, 300, said, that's it. I'm cool after that. And, I, I, man, just incredible relationships built, people that, I guarantee I would have never met in life had I not, had the show. So, endless, just incredible things, lifetime friendships created, and also just a network of people that could help me make good decisions with flying. And in general in life, I mean, I can't tell you how many people messaged me on Instagram this morning when they found out it was the last show. They're just like, wow, man, thank you. I pretty much had to just copy what I was sending everyone, because I had a feeling, and sure enough, numbers and numbers of people messaged me saying they appreciate the show. And so, more important, I appreciate you guys, and thank you guys for just being, a part of it started off just something kind of goofy, and we're just having fun. I never wanted to be too serious. Some of the guys would get on me and they'd be like, "Oh, you need to get more organized, and you should do this and do that and do this." Like
Yeah.
I'm just playing around. Got a little computer. I'm in my room. Got a nice microphone. That's about it. Uh, but think about what the show has done. You guys were able to make it so that, I mean, some of um, I look back and I want to talk about some of these things, but we had a dude from National Geographic on the show.
Yeah.
Like, you think about that. How in the world? Uh, just and obviously the paragliding community, we're kind of small, so we kind of know each other. We know of people, and it's just a trip what has evolved from this. And I've also had numbers of people telling me, you know what, man, I'm so grateful for your show because I met this person from the chat, and then we went and hung out. And I'll get selfies from guys that are like, two guys that always watch the show will take a selfie and send it and be like, we're watching a show. Or how many times did we have episodes where it was a fly-in, right? And
Yeah.
they're live streaming from the fly-in,
From a cell phone.
Yeah, from himself. Ryan Roberts, what up, man? Are you at
So,
the beach?
man, no, well, we live there now, but
I
yeah,
know, that's what I
just
mean.
hanging out. I was shocked to see the the announcement. I mean, it really kind of caught me off guard. I figured you were a lifer at this.
Yeah. Yeah, there's numbers of things. I said this in the pre-show. I'll just say it again. I was sitting in here on the show last Thursday and the Thursday before, and my granddaughter was here. And she's 2, and
Mhm.
she's talking now, and she's like, Papa, 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 Papa. She calls me Papa.
Aw, she loves
And
you.
whatever. I'm logged in here from 5:30 to like 8, and I'm doing my thing, and I'm just like, it makes sense for me to stop 300. And I set the goal 300 probably 50 episodes ago. And I was like, man, I don't know when. I'm looking at the calendar. I'm like, okay, when's that going to land? And how's that going to look? And just everything kind of evolved towards, I want my Thursday nights back. That's
There-
going to be, I mean, I feel like I'm getting some freedom. I'm a busy dude, so it's a big
Yep.
deal to me. But
No,
yeah,
you said I need to ask. Well, wait a minute. You said I need to ask my mom first.
that's right. Called mom. Actually, mom didn't even know because I knew she was going to be crying. Oh no.
Well, I don't know if anybody else has said it, but I think you're equally as well regarded and loved, and this community, and I think everyone certainly really appreciates everything that you've done over 300 episodes. I mean, the commitment and dedication to that is astonishing. Yeah, I don't know what you're gonna do with those Thursdays, but it sounds like it includes your little grandchild, and that's awesome, man. I know everybody's gonna miss you. I'm lucky to have you living nearby, and
Aw,
Yeah.
yeah, dude,
Yeah,
it's awesome.
I appreciate that, Ryan. And that means the world to me. This is my granddaughter. I don't know if you can see a picture. I took this picture with my phone too. Practically
Does
so
she keep her hair
professional
clips
photographer.
in?
Yeah. She's
she's so
precious.
smart too.
Yeah, really
gonna-
smart.
She's gonna be a little tomboy like Sally, huh? I think
I
she's
don't
like
know.
she's like a mini
She
me of
likes
Sally.
pink stuff. Saley wasn't really interested, but Saley was my first boy. So
Yeah.
I taught her how to throw a football like a man. She can play basketball. She's really athletic. But
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Robert, I gotta say, thank you so much for what you've done for the community. I mean, 300 episodes, and each one had its own little educational piece, and lots of fun. I remember, I think we were down at Aviator, and Resurgence was there, and I think we had 14 or 15 people in my bumper pole camper, all watching your show. We all
I
piled in.
remember that.
Yeah, and
Yes.
yeah, we just had an absolute blast. Matter of fact, we weren't the guest on the show. We
Ye-
somehow we got, I think Todd got us on there somehow.
Yeah,
And,
yeah.
We felt so bad for the guests because we just sabotaged the
Yeah,
whole thing.
yeah. I remember that. It was awesome.
Yeah.
That actually, I was telling somebody the other day in the very beginning, I'm sure you remember, you guys were one of the first sponsors of the show. Like,
Yep.
because at one point I was like, you know what, it'd be cool. I should probably promote some of these guys' things. And I was, it's like $25, $25 a month. And these guys made it happen. They started all of a sudden. Now I have like 4 or 5 sponsors. It was like, hey, you know what? This thing's we could put a little money towards buying a reserve and eventually there was enough money in the pool to buy a motor. I had a paramotor. I would have never been able to get a paramotor. Well, I mean, not never, but at that time in my life, I was so just penny pinched. So that sponsorship really it inspired me a little bit. I'm like, I'm gonna do my best. I'm gonna give a good sponsorship.
At least you bought
Harley,
PPG gear. You didn't pay a bill with it, So you got a motor as opposed to paying your water bill or whatever.
yeah.
Good job, man.
Harley doesn't know. I'm sending him bills and he's still paying him. And he doesn't know that the show's over. I sent him a text message because I saw the email go out and it was like, your automatic payment reminder went to Harley. And I was like, oh crap. And I text Harley probably as he was paying it. And I'm like, hey, don't pay that. You don't know, but I'm not doing another show after 300. And it's too
You
late.
should just wait till they figure it out.
Yeah. He already paid it and I already spent the money. Sorry, Harley.
Money well spent.
Funny. I was just talking to Casey. He lives in the backyard actually. And he was telling me about this old school guy. They had a radio show. They actually paid money for a radio show for paragliding, paramotoring. And I can't remember the guy's name. And I probably shouldn't say his name anyways, but I guess he burned a bunch of people, like a lot. And then he faked his death. And they say he's living in Panama right now.
Who is this?
I don't know the guy's name. He told me, but I can't. I don't want to.
Was it
accidentally say it
Purdy
wrong.
or something? I forgot what it was.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. That's it.
They did a couple YouTube episodes, and it's kind of funny because they're like early 2000s
Yeah.
YouTube. That they try to make it like it was a full-on show. They're still on
Really?
YouTube.
No kidding. I didn't know that.
Yeah, let me see if I can't find it.
Yeah. So Casey was telling me about that, and they did it for like a year, which is cool. A weekly podcast or a weekly radio show, which is before podcasts were popular, I guess. But yeah, the one thing that I was telling somebody today, I was like, if the show is making a couple grand a month or something like that, and I could, pay the guys and make it official and all that, which I kind of thought there's a possibility this could go somewhere. It's such a niche sport, so small,
Yeah.
and it's hard to lock people in. The show was getting about 250 views at the end on average. But really the live watching dwindled down to what we were like 30 last week. I wonder, actually, let me see how many people are watching right now.
I think it was
43.
100.
So 43 is above average.
Well,
Yeah.
the problem, Michael, is you kept having the guy Harley back too many times.
Yeah. No, they love Harley, man. I can't tell you. You're probably the most requested guy. I would get messages and emails on a random basis, be like, "Hey, have you heard of this guy named Harley?" I'm like, "No, tell me more." Have you seen my show ever? Yeah, man.
Yeah,
So yeah,
Harley would
we.
bounce back and forth on my show and your show, Robert. See, we kept
Oh
him
yeah,
going for 2
yeah.
years.
You
Right,
know
Harley? Oh, I want you
that
on. Okay, now I'm gonna go in here.
probably my favorite thing about the show has to do with the fact that there were multiple um, people that started their own podcast and created this stream of conversation about safety and just talking. I mean, it's awesome, man. Half the fun I feel like after a good free flight is when you're packing up and you're sharing what happened that day. And it's with free flying, if you guys, if you know, but it's like you're folding your glider, you're kind of massaging out the kinks and putting it in the bag, and you're like, yeah, dude, that was crazy. We caught that big giant thermal. Did you see that? Where I lost half my wing over there. It was crazy. Yeah, it was awesome. That was good. My spot landing. And did you feel the winds change? And just that's the vibe, that I was wanting to have. But numbers of shows, I can almost every night of the week there was a show. At this point, I can't name them all. I know Jade has a show. You got Clear Prop with Mom's show. Sean had or never trust the skinny chef. Shane, he had his thing going. I think he still does it. Yeah, David Wolf. I thought I sent you a link. Can you guys put another fresh link in the description?
Yeah.
I sent out an email and to the people that responded to that email, but I didn't say in the email that it was the last episode. I had to put a little buffer on there because I don't know how many people are going to show up. Fella responded right away.
That's sneaky.
He's
That's
sharp
right.
cookie.
And it's on the topic like where you were saying about how you met people that you normally wouldn't have met or
yeah.
commented with, that in and of itself is a show right there. What is it like when you're done flying and having those conversations and having that de-escalation of adrenaline rush after you've flown and maybe perhaps had the best flight of your days, or if it wasn't so great, what could you have done better? Or how are you analyzing or assessing it, or how are you viewing it, and how could you view it differently to kind of grow from that perspective? The community is a tight-knit community, but it's very spread out. Like for example, I got to meet Anthony Villa and hang out with him and learn about his wonderful family and see his LZ and show him a little bit. Yeah, and he saw me ground handle, Robert. I'm just saying.
That's right.
And I was with him a lot less time than with you, but he saw it.
It's true.
And I got to meet Gringo. I got to meet Robert. I got to meet Harley. I've met all the people other than Ryan. I haven't met Ryan, but I've met all the people that are on the screen here. And I wouldn't have had those interactions, and I wouldn't have been able to have learned or grown in the sport had those conversations not taken place. It's truly a phenomenal thing. It's the experience, the adventure.
Yeah. Yeah, we've had a lot of fun episodes, and I do want to ask if you would chime in. What was your favorite episode? What was the most memorable episode? And if you guys are not all at once, obviously.
I'll put it in the chat. What's interesting too, obviously, there's so many people that have seen the show, but sometimes you go to fly-ins and you talk to people that have never seen the show or actually haven't heard of it. In fact, there was somebody in the comment here in the chat said they were talking to Erin, your wife, while you were giving your kid a tandem ride, and I'm trying to find his name here. He was talking. He said he's never seen the show, and this is his first time seeing the show tonight. So this is first show, and it's number 300, and it's the last one. So here's a little information. Here's some math for you. If you want to binge watch the 299 other shows, Morgan, I think the guy's name is, 12 hours a day, it'll be 25 days. So 3.5 weeks, you can watch the show 12 hours a day.
Oh, that's insane.
Get a lot of popcorn.
Oh my
We
gosh.
really didn't have the ability to tell you guys before, but Anthony Gringo is a physicist. He does very complicated math and he's world renowned for his math skills.
Yep.
We didn't have the heart to tell you guys, but you know, he should be like teaching like a very prestigious college.
Yeah,
in
MIT.
mathematics. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
A legend in my own mind.
I would say my favorite episode of all was it's a tough one for me. I'll just say a couple that I think stuck in my mind. Obviously, the Super Dell one was fun. That probably took the most self-control.
I coordinated that.
Yeah,
I remember I was blindly emailing him and what's the Florida man's name? Fuck.
Captain.
Yes.
Yeah.
I tried to get them both on, and Dell responded favorably to that. Yeah, that was wild. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. That was I forgot about that until now.
We were just talking about that with somebody. I think it might have been Mike Cotter. Because Mike Cotter's been in town. We were hanging out at Torrey. He's getting his P3 and he's been flying around, free flying.
Nice.
But we were talking about Dell's psychotic responses. We were talking about when he was like, "So who was the most influential pilot? Who influenced you the most?" God.
I trained with God.
Who was your instructor? God.
God. No one could be as good as me unless it was God. Oh yeah, that's pretty awesome.
Bill H says the show that the guest stayed at your house. So you had a lot of guests come into town and crash at your house, or I put up a party or something like that, and they'll stay at my house. Speaking of, where the heck is Ripa? Ripa's always on.
Yeah,
he's silent right now.
I think he's at the fly-in. I think he's at. There's a fly-in going on, and there are people watching.
Shane Robbins. He does
He's got robot down really good.
Wolfman's glitching. He's at
sorry, Wolf.
Fly-in.
Get in, get out, so other people can get in and say thank you, Robert. And so I wanted to say thank you for the influence, not just on your show. You were just alluding to it a few moments ago. How many other spin-off shows, our show and Jade and Shane and Grandpa and Grandma and Cousin Joe, and I don't know how many other shows, but you always talked about how I'm going to stop the car here. You always talked about how you'll pick up nuggets. Well, if all these shows have some nuggets of other people, that all became because of you, and we should all be very very grateful for you. You're wearing the Skywalker shirt. There's not many Skywalkers left.
Yeah.
Skywalkers are pretty much disbanding at this point now that I'm leaving. There's only 3 of us left.
This is a shirt near and dear to my heart.
There you go. So I want to thank you, buddy. And hopefully we'll get you out to the East Coast sometime for a flying or something and have you here. Because of your show, a lot of as you said, a lot of friendships have been made because of your show, a lot of connections. So we're very, very grateful. Thank you, man. Appreciate all you do, and now you have a lot of time with your family.
Thanks, Dave. Appreciate you, brother.
All right, buddy.
And,
I'm gonna go back.
Your predecessor.
I'm gonna go. No, I'm just fine with having free time. Thank you, Connor, but no.
Bringing it back.
Hell no. I love my Sunday nights. So God bless you and thank you. I'm gonna go back in the chat and watch. Let someone else say thank you.
Thanks, David.
It's a Thursday.
Oh, that is true,
Thursday
Mike.
nights now.
Hey, Mike. You know what? Mike?
What's that?
He's lost connection somehow there.
He's fun.
My wife just texted me. I have to read this. She said, if it wasn't for your show, I would have never known that Anthony Vella can make a PB&J in the air. It's a good point.
Very helpful.
Your wife.
Only
Didn't know you
once.
could do that. Yeah.
Done once and done forever.
Yeah. I saw one, I think last week, and the guy's got, I'm not kidding, he's got a spindle with what is it? The meat for a euro that you cut off. What is the spindle with the meat? I don't know what you call that.
I believe that's lamb.
Like a rotisserie.
Like the
It's a rotating ball of meat, and
Spigot,
you
if you
cut
will.
slices off, and the guy is flying a paraglider, and he's got that happening. He's making food. He's making a euro while he's flying. Not joking. You'll see it eventually. Like the piano, the motorcycle. I mean, you can paraglide with anything pretty much.
Now,
Wait.
Ripman asked, what will happen with my wrench? So,
Oh, you still get to keep the wrench. Yeah, what's gonna probably happen every once in a while, I'm gonna get a wild hair and I'm just gonna log in live, maybe from the air or whatever. And just if I'm with somebody that I got the Starlink, so if I end up out of flying somewhere, who knows? It might just pop off and go live. But it's not gonna be, a bunch of sponsors and advertisements. It's just gonna be us being knuckleheads, probably. Who knows what's gonna happen? I don't know. But the channel's not going anywhere, so guys. It's not the end. You don't have to
Aaron said your
cry.
birthday video, Robert.
What? That was awesome. Yeah, I remember that. My wife sent out a mass text message to all of you guys. I don't know, most of you guys probably got it. And it was like, hey, can you send just a short video of it's my husband's birthday, and that was awesome. Yeah.
That's cool. I always
Yeah,
like
that was fun.
I always like the videos when you had the boys with you and when they were younger and stuff, and you started from the beginning when you'd all get in the vehicle in the van or whatever and go pick up people and start your adventures. And then the one where you were still a rookie flying, but I think it was Brighton. Brighton was little yet. But I remember you going up in the air and towards the end of the video, and I watched it the other day, Brighton was running down the field after you. It looked like some out of a movie. It was so cute. He was just like yelling for you or whatever when you went up in the air.
Yeah.
It was kind of cool. Those kind of videos were really fun.
The other episode that caught my attention was the obviously the George Steinmetz from National Geographic. That was insane. The fact that the dude responded to my email, I mean, the guy's world famous. He's the guy that took that photo with the camels and the long shadows in the Sahara Desert or wherever that was. He took that from a paramotor, from what I understand. And he talked, I mean, just insane. And we're all sitting here talking with him. Black Griffin, I did send him an invite, but I know he's at Disneyland right now. Black Griffin, what is it? It's almost 5 million subscribers, or yeah, he's just about 5 million subscribers. This guy's got selected to go to outer space by Elon Musk. Was a Navy SEAL. His voice is in like a bunch of Disney movies that you may not even know. He's in Finding Nemo. He's like he's won America's Got Talent twice. Guy's like a incredible. We're like friends now. He's come to the house. He's going to come hang out with us, stay with us. We got to hang out
He
at
lets
this
you shoot his big toys.
Yeah. We got to shoot he has a 50 caliber Barrett and a rocket launcher, if you saw the video.
And a rocket.
Anyway, so I mean, remember when Woody Gamertag, we're all just a bunch of pair of dorks, and all of a sudden I was like, this guy, I remember it was Neil. He was like, he's like, dude, this guy in the chat, that's Woody Gamertag. He has like millions of subscribers. And he started explaining who he was. And I'm like, what the heck? So he's literally doing his own live podcast. And then all of a sudden, he's watching while he's doing his live podcast. He's bored of what's happening on his podcast, and he's watching mine and commenting in the chat on our show. And he's got, thousands and thousands of people watching live. And I'm like, hey, would you come on my show? He's like, yeah, for sure. Let me know when. And comes on the show. I mean, just insane.
Jim CR 120 wants to know how much money did the cuss jar accumulate?
Oh, that's a
Swear
good
jar.
question. That's a very good question. I was
More so
doing some,
paid up.
yeah, yeah. I remember George Steinmetz dropped a cuss word and somebody paid it in the chat for him because they were so excited for him to be on the show. Who's that?
Woody stopped coming on because of that.
Woody stopped coming on. That's right. Because he's in debt to the show.
That's right. He owes.
He never paid.
Hey, Greg
No, the
Anthony
guy who
Harris
showed up at
sends
the bar
a
left.
message. He says, much love, break a leg. I won't be able to join, but I'll watch this weekend. Miss you guys.
Oh, that's awesome. I see some other comments that are in the chat.
Grippa said he's at a fly-in under a tent
What
in
about
the
Phil Russell?
pouring
He showed
rain.
up with the
Oh
wine
no.
bottle and
So he's probably not,
comment on it.
not going to come on with us
I know that
because,
I know that
he's
can't hear
in
you.
pouring dripping rain.
I don't know why I shared that. Sorry. It's trying to share this other one with the wing. Here we go. All right, how about this one?
Oh my gosh, dude.
It's
Oh,
actually your highest viewed video,
I know.
and that wing is still something that I fly very frequently.
That's right. Yes.
that's a rook.
That thing, I don't know, kind of a penny pincher, I guess. Like I just don't fly paragliders enough, and this is why it scares the shit out of me. Add that to the jar.
Yeah,
But
$10.
There it
We
is.
got another one.
There it is. He's
strategic
giving away a
placement.
GoPro.
Reel him in.
Yeah.
Reel him in.
So,
Set.
so the story
Yes.
behind this wing is I meet Michael. I think you were on this one like at Little Black when I met you. Is that the case, or
Yep.
did you have something else? Okay.
No, I started with the ozone vibe, but I think by the time I met you, I was probably flying the Rook.
Okay. So yeah, I mean, I think that video of us even meeting is on here, like one of your very first videos, and you had just ran off the side, and I think you were, on a journey to learn your own, as many of us do.
Yeah.
And here, lo and behold, I bought that wing from you for like $1,000 after it got completely ragged out, and I'm continuing to rag it out.
Yes.
So
love
I thought
that
that was a
wing.
fun story to share.
Yeah, that was an interesting day. That
Yeah.
that was a crossroad. I think that day birthed Paragliding Talk.
Nice.
Yeah,
It's
because
funny,
of
man,
that event.
because yeah, and like, meeting people there is crazy because the other person I met that became kind of serendipitous was Alex. I cannot remember it's Wingsuit Alex. He's from SoCal.
Yes,
But
Alex Gray.
I don't remember his name, man. But so
It's yes, I know exactly what you're talking about.
he landed, and I was chatting with him and his girlfriend, and I was motoring there before it got shut down and Anthony stole the sign. So I'm not kidding you, man. This guy, Alex Wingsuit, I see him every once in a while. Like I ran into him in Del Mar like a couple months back. I gave him
He's a
my
champ, by
motor
the way.
because he was like running off the side. He'd been paragliding forever. And I'm not kidding you, like 5-10 minutes, this guy had zero motor experience. And I had, this crapped out air conception that was at the end of its life. And I just sent him up on it. And that was the other kind of interesting experience I had there, is just, meeting people in the same place. It's fun.
It's insane, dude. The people I've yet to come across, I mean, just a very few dirt balls. Everyone is like, you instantly are family.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's just, especially in free flying. I don't know. I can't say for motoring because I know there's a lot of drama in motoring, and I whatever. But yeah, man, what a trip. I forgot all about that. Yeah, so the way that the show was birthed literally had to do with that event, and I started talking to people, and I was like, I'm going to do an analysis video and just see what the interwebs say about my foolishness. And then it was like I did a green screen video. You guys might remember that. And I was like, okay, this is what I think I did wrong. And I think at that point I had just crossed 1,000 subscribers, and then I could do live streams. And that was the point where I was like, wow, okay, I should do this live, and then I can get immediate feedback from people about flying. And I do have to give some credit to this motorcycle group. And by the way, Hot Butter Steve paid for your bad word.
Thank
Yeah.
you, Hot Butter Steve.
Oh,
his first
and
comment.
go ahead.
Yeah, can you put the link in the description, please, or in the chat? I mean,
I got a funny butter story that involves paramotor when you're done.
no, go ahead, go ahead.
Oh, okay.
Perfect timing.
Derek, the aviator guy, what's his last name?
Derek,
I can't think of it.
not Jared.
Let me look in my DMs here.
Derek Trout, no?
Derek Trout. No.
Oh, yeah.
Is
Or
it
Eric
Derek Trout?
Farewell. No.
Maybe here?
Shoot. Deep PPG, what's that guy's name? David Taylor, sorry. Okay.
Oh, yeah,
So
yeah.
it's like, this is like, I don't know, the Salton Sea fly-in. Like, I'm out of butter. I don't even remember what I needed it for, but I asked him to borrow some butter, right? And so for like the next few weeks, Kate and I would take photos of us using his butter because I never gave the full stick back. We would just send him random photos of what we were cooking with it.
That is awesome.
Just to torture him a little, but yeah, just fun stories, man.
Oh, what in the world? Sandor, man, I haven't seen his name forever. He just donated $57. He said to Robert for the parking ticket he accidentally received when he shipped me my Paragliding Talk t-shirt I won during a wheel spin. Thank you all for the awesome shows. I learned a lot watching this show. Wow.
That
That's
was nice.
awesome.
Thanks, Shondor. It's
Yeah.
Shondor, Robert.
Oh,
Shondor.
I'll decide. Sandor. I'm just kidding.
I'm a Thrones fan.
I don't
Robert's
see an
like,
SH
I'm
in
gonna
there.
mute you, Mom.
Sandor. It's not Sandor?
I thought it was Shondor. Shondor.
I don't
Sandor
see any
Clegane.
SH in there.
It is Shandor, just spelled like Sandor. It's just a
Thank you,
different
Sean.
something. Yeah.
Anthony?
Oh, I said Sandor Clegane from Game of Thrones.
Oh, okay.
Shandor came over here, hung out with us. We had a really good time, and yeah, I remember probably for the first many months I kept calling him Sandor. And then there's no H. Where's the H?
Yeah, you're missing a letter in there.
And invisible.
You're missing a letter, Sandor, and we it's okay.
I think when
My-
you had Kyle O'Glee on, we always had fun shows.
I know. I try to message him. He is off the radar right now. He is
Yeah.
Red October.
Busy guy.
He
Very,
took
very busy.
Took the
drug
Periscope
dealer.
down, went deep. Nelson's Wings just donated $33.33. He said, I hope you're not giving up free flight. I'm coming out in May. Nelson's, I'm a free flight guide to the bone. I do motor when I have to, but my go-to is free flight. And you're welcome to come and hang out with us, Nelson. Nelson's
nice.
Wings.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
Tyree.
See,
He's flying
everybody
a photon
loves you,
now.
Robert. Everybody
That's-
loves you.
I really
Super,
enjoyed
Fly
your
small
shows
aircraft?
that were centered around the flying circus and the Salton Sea and all that events that because they've really gave me a lot of basis of places to go, things to see
right.
and enjoy and people to meet. So it was wonderful having all that extra information.
That's awesome. Yeah, I feel the same way about people giving me tips before going to like Salton Sea or to the flying circus. We went this last year, and I was just, yeah, it was so fun. I was like a little kid running around. it's hard to find stuff that makes you happy when you get older, you know? It's like, especially when you have things, you got like, toys and all kinds of stuff. And your wife will ask you, like, what do you want for Christmas? You're like, I don't know. I have everything. What do I want? I don't know. You try to create those things that make you joy. Dude, it's literally relationships with people, hanging out. I'm telling you, man, half of the fun is literally just talking about what you did,
It's
sitting
like
around
the
the
top of the
campfire.
ski jump.
Yeah, on the lift. Yeah, I didn't know you ski, Ryan. You ski?
No, I don't. I'm
Oh,
terrible at it. Absolutely awful.
yeah, I'm
Took
not
my
very good
kids a
either.
couple weeks ago. It's fun, but
Yeah, probably good season this year. I think I have a lot of snow.
yeah.
Yeah, so a couple of shows that stood out to me. One was I interviewed Gabe, and Gabe is a very polarizing dude, but man, he was so wise. The wisdom that he brought to that show, I actually didn't even want to have him on the show. I didn't like him, and but I did it anyways, and that was one of the ones that kind of shocked me. I was like, man, I kind of like this guy. He's a sharp dude, and we became friends afterwards. The first encounter that I had with him, he like yelled at me
Who's
and
Gabe?
shamed me. Gabe Jebb, he used to run Torrey Pines.
Oh,
Yeah. And
how
I
about was
walked up to the
that?
counter. I had my logbook. I had my freshly minted P3. And I was like, hey, I want to pay the thing and do the thing. And so I can fly here. And he
Mm.
was like, this ain't a legit logbook. He's like, does it have this, this, and this? And he holds it in front of me and he was like, doesn't count. And he handed it back to me. And I was like, my dreams are dashed. I've worked very hard to get that. And like I turned around kind of like, oh crap. Thought it was the end of the world. And then I go to like Robin, and Robin is like, he's like, how old is that gear? I was like, I don't know. It's from like 2004. He's like, I wouldn't even burn that. He's like, let alone fly. And how old's your reserve? And I was like, I don't even know what a reserve is.
She's burning something in the parking lot.
Yeah.
What's the story behind the logbook? Did they end up letting you in there or no? Like
Yeah,
what
they
was the
did.
rationale?
Well, they wanted to see that it was I had just barely got it signed. And so it wasn't in the system yet. So when they logged in, it wasn't legit. And then I'm like, well, I have proof of my hours here. And he's like, this means nothing to me.
Is he still there?
No, no. He actually runs a tow truck company now.
Huh. That's an
Yeah.
interesting change of pace and probably a
Perfect
good
job.
fit for his personality.
Perfect. Yeah. Perfect. Hot buttered Steve, where in the world are you at that it's still daylight?
Well, I'm in Tillamook, Oregon. I live on the same coast as you.
Son of a motherless goat. You're out there with the hippies.
All right. So I'm running around. I got to make this short and I don't want to take up your
Yeah.
time. But Robert, before I even ever started flying, like you were my home. I got to talk to people. I got to figure out who people were. It was just like my reprieve in life. And even
Yep.
when I started flying, it's like, oh, the free flight guys, I still gotta watch them. And I've had a hard time with it. It hasn't been great, but I had a hard time in PPG starting out, and then I went off to have good fun. So it doesn't matter about the speed or how fast I learn. Like I'm still gonna go out and have fun. But your show and me getting to come on and just joke and get to hang out with you, like you guys were like my home, my family for like a pretty long time there. And
Gosh.
I just gotta say thank you, Robert, to you and everybody else for just being friends that I can care about, that I eventually could meet. And I don't know, I'm just one of those people when I see somebody with a paraglider, I'm just like, oh, that's the person I gotta talk to. They're amazing.
Yeah.
And then I gotta do it myself. And I was like, oh, but then the fun never stops. And well, sometimes it does, but no, I appreciate all the good moments, Robert, and thank you so much for doing this. If this is truly your last episode, thank you. I really appreciate it,
Yeah.
man. You've been the world to me.
Thank you, sir. And I appreciate you paying for dad jokes for the last 6 years.
Yeah, I'm gonna give
I'm
gonna give
crying.
you I'll give you one last joke. This will be live. We talked about doing a segment, but I just gotta tell you, before I was even born, like I used to even be a troublemaker back in the day. I used to I used to sneak out of my mom and go cause some trouble and steal stuff and sneak back in before before she'd wake up before the morning. And I just figured it'd be a good time before I didn't have fingerprints back then. It was a good time.
This guy.
All right. Much love. I gotta go, you guys. I'm out and about,
Steve.
but I don't want to stop in. I love you guys.
Thanks. Love
Much
you too,
love.
brother.
Yeah.
We'll see you in Oregon. I'll hit you up when I'm coming that way.
You got it, buddy. I'll come down to YouTube.
All right.
Awesome, Steve.
Yeah, man.
You should tally up. None of his checks ever bounced. That's awesome.
None of his checks bounced. He kept the show going. There's a lot of times that I was ready to quit around 200 episodes, but Hot Buttered Steve would be faithful to put $20 in there to say a dad joke.
And he sent me a
keep it going.
Hasselhoff shirt last year.
That's right. Sent mom a David Hasselhoff shirt.
Yep.
Kept the show on the air.
Yep.
Oh, Paragliding Pixie's in the chat. She said we will miss the show. Paragliding Pixie. I saw her at Tori. She's doing good.
Yeah, I
keep
saw
praying
Millie
for her. She's breaking through. She's
on
going
Jade's
through her
show. I love you,
end of her.
Millie.
She's going through the end of her chemotherapy, and she's looking stronger and stronger. Doing really good.
Yeah, she's in my prayer jar. I got her in
Yeah.
my prayer jar. Craig
Yep.
Couch is
Love it.
hiding. We see you, Craig. You can't hide from us.
Great couch. CC. You mentioned-
Robert, I know I've been probably more quiet than usual because you always have so many good people on the show, but I look back to that invitation I first got from you. I'm not even quite sure how you got that. I think maybe Ray Pierce had reached out and said, "Hey, you should get this guy."
Yeah.
And I was just a guy trying to keep myself alive and start the 50 state tour, and I never anticipated sort of what talking to you on that show that 1 week after getting back from Hawaii would lead to sort of over the coming year. So and not even just that coming year, just every year since. And I'm kind of still blown away that I'm now teaching paramotoring, and I'm not even sure I was a real pilot till I finished the 50 state tour. So I'm very grateful for all the support and just the encouragement that I've had from you, and the crazy number of opportunities you've given me to come back and talk about things that I have some feeling for. So I really do appreciate that, and I know it's the last official one, but I know it's not the last one from you. So
Yeah,
looking
who
forward
knows
to
what's going to happen.
coming and hanging out sometime.
Yeah, we'll have to do some kind of shenanigans. I'm sure you can't just shut it. But yeah, a lot of people logging in. Just maybe you got the invitation late, or you're just checking in and you saw the thing. It is the last show, episode 300. So I set a goal, said I'm going to do 300 episodes, and that'll be my community service for all my wrongdoing in the paragliding community. And so my sentence is over, and the mission is complete, and I feel good about it. So I was worried that it was going to be really
Good.
hard, and like, oh man, what am I going to, Thursday nights, I really have to do this. I feel really good about it. I'm stoked about the things that I feel like there's been a legacy, and this is not some, Robert Michaels just created this whole thing. This is a legacy that was created by a lot of people. All the things that we have, going all the way back to the hat where Sean would write down the names of every person before we do a giveaway, and he would put it in the hat, literally and physically write it every time.
Every show. Every
single show.
I forgot about that.
Cue the wheel. I was going to ask if you guys have the wheel.
Yeah.
I'm serious.
Yeah.
No, not tonight.
No spinny wheel.
No, not tonight. But I did send you a private message, Ryan. I did send you a private message in there.
Big guy.
Well, you probably won't smile after you get it, because you might not know about it. But this has been a great experience for us moderators too.
By
to
the
be
way,
a part of the show.
I have to say this.
You
Listen, I have to say something. This is really important before I forget.
I got you, Sean.
Ryan Roberts largely influenced the spinny wheel of Winnie things, and we did some math. Okay, so I did some calculations, and I'm not trying to puff up Ryan, but
He gave a lot of
he donated over $15,000 worth of stuff to the paraglidingtalk.com. So single-handedly gave more than anyone else to the show. And, I mean, it obviously benefited me in a way because he's promoting the show and people are logging in to maybe win something and find out. But tons and tons of people were given things just for hanging out with us and learning how to fly safer. And Ryan was that was a huge deal to be able, like, the momentum that the show took from that. I'm like, wow. I mean, this is, if Ryan thinks the show is worthy of this, I felt like it made me feel like, wow, this show is really important. Like, this is not just something you created in your basement. This is legit. And it evolved from there. And so I have to really say thank you, Ryan. I really appreciate your contributions to the show and our friendship, obviously over the years. At one point, many people don't know, Ryan offered PPG Smoke to me.
And then it started making money, so I kept it.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, right. Is exactly it. I'm barely making car payments with it.
We went rounds and talked about the pros and cons, and I made a list, and I did my homework to see if it would be beneficial to me to take on the task of managing that and all. I mean, people have no idea what it takes logistics wise to do what Ryan's doing with PPG Smoke, and a lot of people talk smack and they're haters because they've never engineered anything in their lives. I mean, they barely can pour a bowl of cereal. What he's able to do with not only keeping it cost effective, but also in inventing something, because that's what he's doing. He's inventing things. This sport hasn't come to. We're still learning stuff all the time. And he just has a mind to do stuff, but it's not for some monetary gain. He makes money on other things. This is literally just for fun and just to help other people in the sport and to just bring something to people. And anyways, I just have to say, I really appreciate you, Ryan, and thank you so much for what you've brought to the table. Brian Simmons donated $20 to the super chat. He's thanks for over 300 episodes.
So we got to do a spinny wheel, man, because I'll candidly tell everyone we got 1,000 headsets that just cleared customs. Some of them hit today, and I started releasing those.
Nice.
So why don't we give one last set of muffs away to somebody? We got to make it happen.
Well, that would mean that I would have to scroll up and go through all the names and put them all in the wheel, and that's
Do you want me to randomly pick one?
Do what you gotta do.
Just randomly pick
to
one.
work, son.
Hang on, just a second here. Let me look at something here. Hang on. All right, maybe.
You got a lot of people thanking you for the flotation and strobes, Ryan.
Yeah, you're welcome. We're releasing a little mount that goes with those now. The tooling on that's done, and then I've heard some pretty good stories about the floats more recently than I'd like, but all right, let me get this queued up. You guys working on
all I got is a couple of participants that are showing up on with participants in the chat. You know what I'm saying? I can't pull everybody's name up because I would be here for a half hour. Robert told me no wheel tonight, but I was like, oh, okay. Then I didn't get started on it at 8 o'clock like I normally do. So
can we do it like this?
One
Ryan?
job, okay, gringo.
How about this? Can we just send them to your website and I don't know if they can some kind of email or something like that?
What do you have an email list? Just randomly pick somebody from the email list, like drop your whole email list in there and then send me the last guy or girl, and we'll make sure that they're set. And then Sean, I just put your order in. Sorry about the fuck up.
Oh, that's all right,
there's
buddy.
$10.
Thank you. There's $10 right there. Yeah.
Got him again.
Going broke on the show in the last episode.
Got him again.
He's giving a headset away. You don't charge him $10 for a
Oh yeah, you do. It's principle.
Robert, I'm going to I'm gonna miss like promoting your show every Thursday on Facebook.
Yeah, you got your own show now, Mom.
Why don't we go out with a bang? Why don't we give one item away of
on
everything?
Facebook.
One item of everything to
Yeah.
one person or to people?
No, I'll send you guys some air freshener if you're nice, but some one person can have one of
One of
everything that we
each?
make. Yeah, that's
Really?
fine.
Wow, that's insane.
All right,
Okay.
there you go. Just send me a name. I gotta drop off the call though. You guys sort that out and let me know who, but the
I
order's
just
ready.
sent you my name. I just sent you my name.
You're gonna see it all on eBay by Thursday.
Oddly enough, Robert won somehow. Robert
I gotta
Michaels.
go. I'll see you guys.
Ryan.
Thanks for the years of fun, and we'll definitely see you around town when you're up this way.
Let's go
Thanks
fly,
for everything.
bro.
All right, man. Take
All
care,
right.
guys. Let
Love
me
you,
know who
man.
wins. All right, love you
Thanks,
too, buddy.
Ryan.
Later.
Yep,
Right,
see
thanks,
ya.
Ryan.
Yeah, guys, 7:05. I'm gonna jump off of here too. We are gonna go to the after show. Again, I can't.
So am I supposed to put what participants come up on the chat for who's been active? Because I mean, there's a lot more
All
people
the
that have been
people in the
active.
chat.
Well, now it's growing as I'm doing this, but okay, I need to type each one out. This is as bad as writing the names and putting them in a hat.
You could do
It's
the
a big
email list
deal.
and just do a
Yes, it is a big deal. You
Yeah,
know, this is
what we will do, it's not going to
now
be
it's
live on
growing.
the show, obviously. It's-
Okay.
It doesn't really matter because it's the last show.
Yeah, you're just gonna get a surprise
Won't
email
care.
if you're the winner.
Yeah. So yeah, you'll get an email from Ryan Roberts at PPG Smoke. Great advertisement placement, but you can go to his website and look at what he has on there. And then what we're gonna do, Jason Tyler, we will make sure that you're added. If you've ever here's what I want to do. Go to the contact form on the website, paraglidingtalk.com/contact, and put your name and phone number and address. And those three things are critical. And if you wanted to put, if you're a paramotor guy or a free flight guy, and then we will put your name in a wheel and we'll do a separate thing. And I'll pop back on just to spin the wheel. We'll just make a quick video, spin the wheel, and then we'll do it like that. All right. And then we'll actually do that on a just a YouTube
Next
video.
Thursday.
Yeah, probably not next Thursday. I'm really looking forward to that day off.
Okay,
And
well,
we'll do it-
I
we'll do
got
it
I got as many of them as I could, and it's not completely full, but there's 24 entries. Okay, there were people that were participating in the chat as soon as I did this. So do you want me to?
People are logging in right now. There's
of
51
course
now.
they are. They want free stuff, Robert.
The show is recorded. We'll go back through and look at the
That's
1
right.
hour show.
That's right.
Yeah, but then I got to type each name in as opposed to copy paste. You know what I'm
You
saying?
don't have to worry, Sean. I'm gonna take care of it. I'll do the spinning wheel and make it happen. Don't worry about it. I
Okay.
appreciate you. He's over there writing them down and putting them in a hat right now.
I'm putting them in the wheel, but still, I want to make sure I don't miss anybody. You know, I mean, there's been a lot of people.
I'm just gonna tell Ryan that Sean won.
Yeah,
and have him
I'm
send
sure-
it all to Sean.
I'm sure he'd be really ecstatic about that. You know, like
He would. Guys, thank you again so much. If you want to come hang out with us in the after show, it's been the after show from the very beginning, but you're welcome to come hang out. Thank you for watching paraglidingtalk.com, 300 episodes. If I don't see you on the air, I'll see you in the air. Have a great night. Thanks, guys.
Good job, Robert.